Whenever the question is asked on an assignment, if it's equivalent or ask you to factor something or ask you to simplify something, you can use your calculator as long as you're only working with one variable within the problem. Here I have just an x, and in the bottom one just a y. That in my calculator I will replace with x's instead of y's. So when this happens, we can use y1, y2, and Monday we did y1, y2, where we traced the intersection to find a solution. We're not looking for a solution today. We're looking for equivalency, equal to, or simplified. And simplified means I have the same problem, just in a different form. And so I'm looking for sameness, not crossing over. So in this case, it's still the same process as far as putting things into y1 and y2 in our calculator, but have to put whole parts in, unlike last time where we put left side and right side of the equation in. So the first thing we need to know and make sure we understand is that when they have like f of x, that's the same as y equals. When they give us an expression, we can set it equal to y, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So the question number 1 asks, which of the following is equivalent to f of x is equal to x plus 3 and times x minus 2. So they're asking us, you could go ahead and do distribution, combine like terms, and determine which one answer it gives you, or you can put this function into y1 and your answer choices one at a time into y2. So I'm going to take, first of all, I'm going to take a and put it into y2. So my calculator cleared. I'm going to go to y equals, and y1, I'm going to put the equation they gave me, x plus 3, parentheses, x minus 2, close it. Now I'm going to go to my answer choices one at a time. I'm going to put a into y2, negative x raised to the second power, plus x plus 6. I'm looking for tables to be the same. So how do I compare tables? I go to second graph and look at the table of values, and I'm looking for y1 and y2 to give me the same values. That shows equivalency. That shows they're equal to one another. Well, in this case, y1 and y2 are not the same. So I'm going to go back to y equals. I'm leaving y1 in there because that's my original. I'm going to clear out y2, and then I'm going to put b, answer choice b in there. Negative x raised to the second power minus x plus 6. Second graph, compare the tables. Do that with each answer choice. Even if you think you found the right one, I would go ahead and put them all in, because sometimes they ask tricky questions about which one is factored completely, and you might have one answer in there that is factored but not completely factored, and it's going to give you the same it's going to give you the same table as well. So you have to know to keep going and find another one maybe. Clear out y2. It is not a, it is not b. Sometimes the question is, which of the following is not equivalent to? So they may give you 3 right answer choices that are equal, and your answer is the one that is not. And if you're not reading the question carefully, you'll circle the first one that gave you the same table. Well, there's 3 of them that would give you the same table sometimes. So pay attention to those. And here we found C. C is possible. They're both giving me the same y1 and y2. And just for good measure, I'm going to go back and put D in there and check it out also. Make sure I didn't read the question wrong. Make sure there wasn't a best answer, 2 right answers, but maybe a better one. And those tables start off the same, but they're not the same all the way through. So my correct answer is C. 2 and 3 are very similar. Yes, 3, you have to put all of that into y1 and make sure you include the parentheses and the second powers and all that information. Make sure it is perfectly put in. All negatives, all positives, all pluses, all minuses, the way it's given. I want to show you a couple of, I'm going to have you do these two on your own here in a little bit after I look at 4 and 5 together. Sometimes they don't give you the whole expression in the answer choice that you need to put into your y2, but the information is there for you to build it. So you can complete what needs to go here to see if it works. If one factor of 3x squared minus 9x is 3x, what is the other factor? So it's telling me this is one factor, this is one factor, and 3x is the other. So with my answer choices, I'm going to build what I can put into y2 by putting this factor that they gave me in with the other answer choices. I want to know when this one is multiplied with the ones, my answer choices, when do I get this? When is it equal to that? So with that in there, clear the calculator. Into y1, I'm going to put 3x raised to the second power minus 9x. Into y2, parentheses around the parts they gave me, times the changed factors, that's how I know I'm multiplying them together, times the factor that they gave me up here that is one of them, parentheses, x raised to the second power minus 6x, close it, parentheses, 3x, close it. Second graph, can you not see that? Maybe the glare is too much. Give you a few seconds to look at, make sure yours is put in right. Second graph, look at the table, checking my y1 and y2. Those do not match. Go back to y2, clear it. Parentheses, 3x times 3x. Second graph, compare the tables. Those don't match. Parentheses, going to C. Second graph. And those tables do match. So that's a possibility. I'm still going to check D. We're here anyway, we might as well. Take one quick second. Noticing all that's changing between the two. That was a negative, that one's a plus. I'm going to subtract, that's a plus. I'm just going to change that number. Obviously, it's going to make it different though, right? So once again, my first value is the same, but from there on it is not. So the correct answer is C. So for number 5, you have to build it. They want to know a rectangle with a width of, this is the W, and a length of, this is the L, and they want to know what's the area. Well, if you know the formula, area equals length times width, what are you going to do with those two? How are you going to build this to put into y1 to find, and then see if your answer choices give you the same area. So go ahead and do 2, 3, and 5 on your own. Your teacher will give you about 5 minutes and then give you the answers.